Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Are you fucking will do a live it, right? You son of a.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Tonight on Something Down History Room, we're going to be talking about the history of Greece.
I'm D.
Jackson.
I'm Ryan. Damn.
We're going to be talking about, the history of Greece, Naxos, Chios. Like I said, not super used to actually recording on StreamYard. Shout out to what I'm recording on.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Just powered by. Thanks, StreamYard. Hey, buddy.
So we just live, but not.
Nope, we weren't even live.
Are you kidding me?
Everything's an illusion.
Yep. All right, so Naxos. You got to Naxos. You visited the Temple of Demeter. Talk to us about the Temple of Demeter.
Yeah, so Temple of Demeter, running it back real quick. Temple of Demeter, basically.
Love you, buddy.
Oh man, Temple.
Welcome to Stumbling Down History Road. We just stumbled around for 20 fucking.
We just stumbled around for 20 minutes.
It was good prep time. Good prep time.
Great prep time. Yeah. Man, you know what it feels like? It feels like in school when like you like remembered it and then you did it and then you have to remember it again and like. So this will be my second iteration of Naxos from the top. I think I'll run back my bit about the airport looking like a Fisher Price set.
Go for it. Go for it.
But man,
I'm a couple more drinks in. It'll sound funnier.
So basically, Naxos, first place we stopped off at that was like a big historical landmark was Temple of Demeter, which was eventually a temple for one of the local gods on the island, right? So the temple got built by people, and this is actually a bit of information I forgot earlier, so it's a good thing you ran it back. It began as like a social center for the people who lived in that town, and it was eventually turned into like a place of worship and meeting hall for people who are in cults. So those cults, actually, fun fact, got a lot of their beliefs and it got a lot of their ideas from eating psychedelic mushrooms that were growing on Naxos at the time.
Do we know anything about psychedelics?
Oh, we know.
Nah, we don't know anything about psychedelics. We didn't do an episode on it.
Well, back in the day, it was causing cults on Naxos, and these people would come and they'd do like these food, what are they called, offerings, in like these pits around this temple.
It goes to the alien gods.
Alien gods, the truth.
Yeah, the alien gods. The information that I'm familiar with never really specifically said what the cults believed in, but they would burn fruit and they would burn like flowers and like herbs and shit. And that's what it wasn't really a lot of human sacrifice that was going on, because my American ass leaned over looking for bones and shit, only to read the plaque and find out that no humans were ever burned in the pits.
Yeah, Zeus famously once cursed a person to being a wolf because they sacrificed a human to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the lupus comes from.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's
depending on which origin you go with, but yeah.
Yeah, like when it was one of the first werewolf myths.
Yeah.
I think
So.
it was son too, which made it even more pissy. Because killing your family member in Greek mythology is a big fucking no-no.
Oh yeah, fuck that. But
Royal fuck-ups.
Yeah. But actually, going on, piggyback off of like the death thing, there was some sad shit that they fucking told me when I was there. And this is actually like a tradition that like is still followed mainly on the islands by older people, but not as much in like Athens or like another big city. And like if you see like an older women are apparently supposed to wear like all black if their husband is dead every single day for the rest of their
type of a thing.
out of mourning. Yeah, so like we'd like go and drive through the town. We see the same group of people every day. And there was like a woman who wore like a different black thing like every single day on the dot. And there was a group of women who were just always wearing black. So I asked, and I was like, well, they wear black every day, and it's like 100 degrees here. And I didn't know that it was for morning. Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, given the in the not quite practice episode, the Greek Orthodox are extremely religious.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And they're like very, very uptight, very religious, very almost evangelical, and just oh my god, they're
fucking forever.
What's up?
The wedding took fucking forever.
Yeah, it's nuts. They are so goddamn like actually religious.
Dude, yeah.
In our not quite practice episode, we talked about how if someone got injured, they would have a shrine, things like that.
Killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
killed.
dude, yeah. So like if you get into like a car accident over there and you go to the hospital, they set up like it's like a white post with like a little church on top, and then sometimes a glass cabinet with icons and like candles. And like it becomes like a place of like prayer. And like you pull over and you can like pray over there on the side of the road. It's really interesting. It's not like America where you got the water damaged picture and the ribbons and like.
I mean,
Yeah.
In the South they like to put up like white crosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll like sometimes they'll be big, sometimes they'll be tiny, but usually there's like a couple like a cross of some sort there.
So now this is the first time going out of the country, yes?
Yeah, I've never left America, so it was.
How much traveling have you left? How much traveling have you done, like outside of New York, which is where we are?
I think I counted the other day. I think it was 13 states, but we'll rattle them off real quick.
You don't have to, but sure.
Okay. All right, we won't then. We won't then.
About 13 states.
Yeah, I want to say about 13. I haven't visited a lot of like middle states, I would say, but I've done like pretty much almost all of the East Coast. Pretty much all the East Coast, then Florida, California, Texas.
Okay. Yeah. That's a lie. You've almost exclusively stayed on the East Coast.
I've been there. No, I'm sorry, I was doing Johnny Cash.
I know. I did a fair amount of travel in my time in going to and from in the Navy. So I have a little bit of experience in America. I haven't left the country yet, though.
I went to Arizona.
Yeah.
Great.
Arizona is cool. Have you been to Arizona?
No, never been to Arizona.
You want to climb some mountains, you go to Arizona.
That's true. Arizona has nice mountains. I hear Knoxville also has some nice mountains about 2 miles outside of your hotel.
Great fucking segue.
What did you say?
I hear that Knoxville also has some nice mountains about 2 miles outside of your hotel.
Oh, shit. Yes. So, about 2 miles out of the hotel, you have
Sharpest segue ever.
Zos's Mountain.
Zazos?
Zaza's Mountain. The Zaza Mountain.
Which in America or Roman stands for Zeus.
Yes.
It's kind of where the word Deus comes from, which is a rough meaning of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Zeus's mountain. That's apparently where he grew up. What?
For us uncultured swine.
Oh yeah. So fucking that's Zeus's mountain. And apparently he grew up there. And so you get up to the top and basically there's like this fucking freshwater spring of water that's coming out of the side of the mountain, and there's like a dude like rubbing his head and like bathing in it and shit, and like I was like, oh, interesting. And you could like drink the water apparently, but I was if I can't fucking drink the tap water, I wasn't drinking the mountain water, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want the tummy ache today. But there was like a giant rock
Giant rock
with like ancient Greek writing on it. And I was like, oh shit. That shit was cool. And then like you could have climbed up more to like go to the actual top, but
Wait, you could have climbed the rock?
I didn't climb to the top, no, because you needed like actual hiking gear, and I was like, we were just like tourists, you know. I climbed like halfway up in some Yeezys, and then I was like, oh no, you need like a fucking pick and fucking shit to go to the top here.
That makes sense.
But shout out Adidas for keeping my feet fucking
Not
clean and
sponsored. Not
safe.
sponsored.
Not sponsored, but yeah, kept my feet fucking tight up there, and I should not have climbed up that high. But that's allegedly where Zeus grew up, where he eventually did leave to go to a different island. But
He's probably fucked around and found out in different islands.
yes, absolutely.
We will cover some Greek mythology later on at some point, I'm sure.
Base.
Effectively,
Don't
it
put your
is.
dick in that, Zeus.
Yep, don't put your dick in it, Zeus.
I'm gonna put my dick in it.
What happened? Oh, I put my dick in it. That's like 90% of the troubles and woes of Greek mythology.
And Hera got upset.
Up until, well, if we precede Zeus, there was the Titans, and then if Hercules, the movie, has taught me anything, Zeus stopped the Titans.
It's
Dude, anytime anyone brings up Hercules, all I think of is the scene from the Nutty Professor where they're all sitting around the fucking
Hercules!
Hercules, 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 and he's got his arm up like this, he's slapping his arm.
It's interesting. Fucking. So it's actually Heracles, and the Greek pronunciation is actually Heracles.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be named partially for the name of Hera to try
As a
and
way
appease
to
her,
try and, yeah.
but she didn't give a shit.
Nope.
In fact, interestingly enough, we get the Milky Way from Hercules and Hera because in order to get his supernatural strength, Hercules was brought to breastfeed from Hera while she was sleeping, and she woke up and pulled him off and threw him with such force that it caused a spray of her breast milk across the cosmos, thereby making the Milky Way.
I do want to say, fun fact of this, if Record of Ragnarok has taught me anything, it is that Hercules loses in a fight to Jack the Ripper.
That manga, the first season of the anime, they really fucked up.
Yeah, it's butchered.
Don't get me wrong.
The second season's okay. It's better.
Yeah, they definitely improved, but don't get me wrong, it did have a pretty hype fucking soundtrack, though.
Yeah. Now, back to Greece is the word.
It's got food.
So that shit was really cool. Then we went to a smaller town. I forget the name of it, but it wasn't very relevant. They just had good pottery, and that's apparently where all the pottery was made for that entire like village for hundreds and hundreds of years. Wasn't that interesting?
They will stay in an area for like thousands of years.
Yeah, but it was like their grandparents owned the land and shit, and they just kept running the business. So that's what I thought was really interesting about that area. And there was a bakery that was like 200 years old that was there, and they make this fucking thing in Greece called a taropita. And dude, that shit is fucking crazy, dog. It is filo dough with feta cheese, and sometimes they put some other shit in it. Like this one at this place, they put ham and they put like Greece's like version of red sauce in it. And it was fucking crazy. It was one of the craziest things I had ever seen in my life.
I have heard that Naxos and Chios, two places that we're going to be talking about, not sponsored, do have some fantastic food.
Dude, honestly,
come at us. You got nothing on this episode.
Dude, that's actually the next bit I was going to get to is the food. I was going to pull over a little bit and talk about the food that like only comes from like these islands, because like every island has like, what?
Oh, it only comes.
Oh, dude, it only comes. Trust me. That's how good this fucking food is. So fucking when you get to Naxos, right? There's a couple restaurants that have this dish, and it's basically like it's filo dough with feta with shredded filo dough on top. It's like a it becomes like a solid, like crunchy noodle, but like really, really thin over it, and it's got like a honey drizzle on top. That shit is fucking crazy. That shit is fucking nuts, and that is something they only make on Naxos, and it's like a traditional recipe that gets like you get taught that shit, and it takes a long time to learn how to make it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's like a really old dessert they got going on there. And then they have a lot of like fish dishes. Like they're really good at cooking
Yeah.
fish.
Islands typically do have fish dishes.
Except for Ireland.
No, they-
Yeah, but that's because they killed our sons.
I'm sorry,
like
what?
the sun.
No, they killed our sons in Ireland.
Oh,
Uh,
rest in peace.
Yes. But anyway, there's also a lot of ship owners on a lot of these islands, which like really helped like all their fishing industry and all their
Yeah,
import export industry as well.
yeah, it happens on an island.
Yes, where they're surrounded by water and can't get off without boats.
Yeah,
or
almost like Long
planes.
Island.
Yeah. But
Except you also have like bridges and shit.
so a lot of so what's actually pretty interesting about a lot of these islands is like
Greek and
they
Rome, they
were
like
built.
invented modern architect.
Dude, so the thing about that is like they're so old that like they didn't think about like cars or shit. So the roads
Yeah,
on like main streets in a lot of these places, uh,
they're not built to handle a car.
dude, no, and it's like you got two what I can only describe as like two Yugos trying to go past each other, like on like these little islands, because like, dude, like all the like for some reason the cars there are so old, like they're driving the same BMW that Brian whips around, the old one, and they also got like geo trackers. Like Greeks love geo trackers. I don't know what it is, but that car is fucking hopping over there. Um,
Cheap, and it has like a 90 mile per gallon.
yeah,
What?
they fucking love that shit,
Literally,
dude. And the most Tacomas I've also ever seen in my life.
okay, that one I can't explain.
Dude, no, Tacoma just has like the older Tacomas have like one of the best engines in like any car.
The Hilux.
Oh yeah, the Toyota yeah, the fucking Hilux. Yeah.
That's the one that like Top Gear and Grand Tour raved about. Not sponsored.
But
no, over in Africa they use like Toyota trucks for military people, like Toyota
Yes.
trucks for military. It's fucking great.
Yeah, as it turns out, a Toyota is reliable. You put in a reliable engine in a pickup truck,
Yeah, they got like
Yep.
fucking 50 BMGs and shit mounted to the top. It's fucking awesome.
I am aware.
I love the ridiculous shit we do.
It's almost as silly as the Grease movie, which we did not totally cover at all.
I mean,
John Travolta is one of his earliest things. It came out in 1978. Grease, very funny, haha.
John fucking Bay.
Yes, Olivia Newton-John fucking Bay. Next.
so,
Drag race.
fuck. So that island's crazy food was that filet dish. I fucking forget the name of it for the life of me. And then
It's all great.
cheese, man, cheese over there is like a big part of their like economy. And
So
a
you're in
big
Wisconsin.
what's up?
You're in Wisconsin.
Oh, basically, you're in like Wisconsin on crack. It's like, dude,
Have you been to Wisconsin?
no, not yet. It's on the list.
Let me tell you, what? All they have is cheese. You
Dude,
do
I love cheese.
want to fuck with their cheese.
Oh, bro, I'm there's one I'm saving for when we get to Hios. I got a banger for you.
What's up?
I got a banger for you when we get to Hios. So wait till you hear about this cheese dish when we get there.
Okay, I can do.
So on Naxos, dude, they had like this spicy feta, and like that was one of like this like island exclusive like cheeses they made there, and they would lay it across like these peppers, and it was made of like goat cheese,
Okay.
and that shit was fucking crazy.
Chill, yeah.
They actually, dude, like there's so many farms there, and like it's such a
Again, this
huge
was
part of their
Chios,
economy.
yeah.
What's up?
This was Chios, yeah. Not
No, this is Naxos still.
Still?
Yeah, we're still on Naxos, bro. There's like 2 more things in Naxos that were like
That Travelocity, i.e., Ryan, has to talk about.
Hios.
Yeah, we are so much better than Travelocity, Kayak, Travelogo. Fuck those guys. Not sponsored.
Yeah.
Unless they want to sponsor us. In which case, money. Travel.
Ooh, let's do an abroad episode.
Stumbling down a broad road, what?
Oh, I'll stumble around abroad.
We get it. You're 5. He's just staring at us. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead, Marcos.
basically, after that, we drove very, very far. We drove basically to like the other side of the island. You can do the whole island in about like an hour, like across. It's not that far.
No, it's a small island. It's not like Long Island where it's long.
Nah, yeah. Hios is actually about the size of Long Island, but Naxos is not very big.
Is it like round or is it like long?
It's like a bean shape.
Okay.
They're all bean shaped. That's the best way I can describe them. They look like fucking like lima beans. Like they just kind of look like a coffee bean. They're just kind of like like one of those
stereotypical bean shape.
Yeah, they just kind of look like little beans in the water, like but like bigger or smaller with like sharp edges and shit. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can describe them. Like
danger beans.
Danger beans.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe like a very interesting looking nug of weed. They look like.
Ah!
Yeah. But
Did you say today we are not sponsored by
marijuana?
Go check out any of our episodes on marijuana or CBD.
Literally, in our episodes, we're smoking. Pretty much everyone.
Yeah. Not sponsored. Maybe sponsored in the future. Who knows?
We have some possibilities coming up.
So
Sure, what happened?
what is it? Yeah. So the island's not very long at all. So we drove to the other end, and there was a statue, and shit. Again, I'm fucking up on the names here, but there was a statue that got carved out of stone that was just built, and it was like to resemble like a youthful like boy, and it was like put up in the mountain, and this is like pre-religion, and no one knows why anyone made them, but there's a couple of them, and the one that was like the most still intact we visited, and it was like fucking huge for size comparison. It's like standing next to shit. It was like standing next to like a 2-story building. That's how big it was. But if like a 2-story building had like toppled over on the side of a mountain, basically, and like fell over.
Was it Stonehenge side?
Yeah, it was like big. It was basically like an Easter Island head.
Mini Stonehenge. Mini
It was
Stonehenge?
No, it was like an Easter Island head. It was like an Easter.
Big Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Not Final Tap.
No, it was big. It was big as shit. And like you could like walk up on top and like look down on it, and like it was detailed, man, for like how old it was. It was pre-religion, and I'm pretty sure it was BC. I have to like.
So there was no religion in BC.
Yeah, so it was definitely BC. It was pre-religion. That's what the big deal was when they were there. They were like
which religion?
Pre-Christianity.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely pre-Christianity.
It's pre-Christianity.
No. 33 BC, and then after death, because that's Anno Domino, after death.
Anno Domini means year before, technically, but whatever.
Yeah, sure, whatever. whenever he was hung, okay, crucified.
Yeah.
But whenever he was fucking murdered,
Crucify him. Crucify him.
good movie. Whenever he was fucking murdered,
Dangerous.
good movie still. Same movie. I love that movie. That is probably my second favorite movie. That's
Oh,
what
we're adding to the lore now.
Yes, we are. We are sure adding to the lore. Jesus Christ Superstar, fantastic movie. Check it out. It will give you a great little great little like jumping off point for different views on religion of Christianity specifically.
It's kind of Gnostic.
Yeah, it's almost like from the eyes of Judas,
Which is
Depending
a
on-
Gnostic gospel, yeah.
depending on which variant, which look you want to look at. It's like you can look at it through the eyes of Maid Marian. She's one of the main characters. You can look at it through the eyes of Judas. You can look at it through the eyes of Jesus. You can look at it through the eyes of the fucking Jews.
We'll careful with the J-
Sorry, J word. Bad. Where's my sense of bar? Right.
I don't know if you can hear that or not.
I don't know. He might be able to hear.
I heard very little of it.
He's not paying attention at all, which is preferential.
Yeah, we're just kind of bullshit.
Please ignore us.
Sorry, we're just kind of bullshit.
We're lore baiting.
We have channel war now.
We do have
Channel
lore. We're at like episode 37.
I could have sworn we're in the 40s now.
Well, if we include the lost episodes, not include the lost episodes. Such shame.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, this will make episode 38. Congratulations, you will almost break 40 for us.
Nice.
Chios, Noxos. Are we done with Noxos? Can we move on to Chios?
We got one more thing on Noxos, and it's actually fucking cool as shit. So there was one more temple that we pulled up on, and there was some crazy fucking shit that we learned about it. And you go up to it, and it's the Temple of Apollo, and it's basically like this giant portal. And the thing that's there says no one knows why it was built. And I was like, yo, bullshit. Let me look this up. So I'm standing there at the thing and I'm reading about it. And apparently it was constructed by some dude who was given control of Naxos, and he became a tyrant. And he wanted to build like this warship temple thing, but he never gave a reason as to why he wanted to build it. People thought it was ego. And basically, like, he built this giant marble temple, which eventually got destroyed when it was eventually converted into a fortress. So there's not a lot of it left standing. And apparently, over the years, different people who came to Naxos stole marble from it. So a lot of it's destroyed, but it faces the sunset. And it's probably one of the most beautiful things you can go see in Greece. That's still there. So I would definitely recommend going to Naxos just to see that alone.
That sounds interesting.
The Temple of
Temple of Apollo and Sunset.
Apollo. Gotcha.
Also known as the portal. People call it the portal. It looks like a giant Minecraft portal.
Giant what?
Giant Minecraft portal.
Gotcha.
Jackson,
Like when you go into the nether.
I have played it very, very little.
Can confirm, was on the Minecraft all of the once.
Dude, wait, you said you only played Minecraft a few times?
No, I played it more than a few times. He's only played it a couple.
Damn. That's like a good default game. Just blowing off Steam and play Minecraft.
Go ahead. Chios.
So that was pretty much it. Yeah, then moving along to Chios. Man,
Chios.
Chios is pretty fucking history rich. That island is fucking crazy because it's 20 miles from Turkey, so the ownership of that island has like gone back and forth a lot, right? So it's like a lot of shit happened there. So one of the things that happened there was like the Romans pulled up and like they took it over one time, and then one time Turkey pulled up and they owned it at one time, and it became one of the biggest trade ports in for Europe and like Asia Minor, which is like Turkey and like those countries over there. So
Middle Eastern-ish.
yeah, and there was a lot of like wealthy ship owners that moved to Chios. It wasn't like fishing boat captains. This was like admirals, people who were in charge of like the goods that came in and out. Like these were like top fucking dogs who moved there. So it's basically one of these cool fucking words I picked up was hora. And every island has a hora. And we pulled up to Hora, which is like the main town. And it is a town that is all built along a port. And you know how like in New York you like look in the water and like you see dark and just like you don't see fish, you don't see anything. And if you put your hand in, you come out with 6 fingers. So like when you look in the water there, even with like cruise ships and stuff coming, like it's still crystal clear, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as soon as you leave New York, it's like infinitely better.
Yeah.
Other than like maybe Jersey.
Somehow.
Yeah, I can't imagine Jersey water being nice.
But like, you just go down to Myrtle Beach, it's nice. You go down to Virginia Beach,
Yeah.
it's nice.
I do remember Myrtle Beach being nice. I went there once as a kid.
I traveled to the West Coast for a little bit of West Coast of America.
Yeah.
That was really fucking pretty. Hawaii has got to be gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for that part that just got burned.
Are we talking about Maui? We ain't talking about Maui. You did not burn them. Fucking stop that shit.
Space lasers.
Yeah, our space lasers.
Quaker.
African Quaker space lasers.
Sorry, shout out to an old episode. Turns
Callback
out,
to a callback.
turns out the ones who control everything are the African Quakers.
He seems unamused by us.
No, I just have a hard time hearing you sometimes, but I'm just trying to listen. I'm trying to listen.
African Quakers, they own the world.
Okay.
Yeah, and we discovered that on a previous episode.
Yes, callback for our Tumbling Down Conspiracy Way episode, where we had a insert gentleman who was in between us and another insert gentleman who was on the interwebs.
Uh-huh.
I believe he went by Olin Jack. Something was one, and then the other one was Bodie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a live episode. It was
interesting. We went places.
I think it was our 25th episode special.
No,
I think it was our 25th episode special because our 30th episode wasn't really our 30th episode special. It was to celebrate 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're talking to potentially 120 or more people.
Nice.
You'll be famous. Look at that face, and you will be famous. Hi, bud.
A little bit. Yeah, we're good.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Nah, it's all good.
Being stupid.
I'm gonna tag Kyle in this.
So,
Joking.
So basically, going back to the lineage thing, a lot of people on Chios might not be like Greek, like they might not be like they're probably like Roman or Turkish, and people don't look back in their family history because like the island has changed with who's lived there so many times. But like it's crazy. It's such an interesting history. And there's one church actually that I'm like upset we didn't actually get to go visit, where the Greek people who were living there, like the people who like the native people of Chios, were in this church, and there was about like a couple, like 100 or like about 1,000 people like in this church, and they were hiding from Turkish soldiers, right? So the Turkish soldiers came basically to like wipe the island. Like they wanted to this was like a military pillage, right? So like they wanted to come own that area. So they pulled up and they fucking slaughtered like everyone, like all the men. They fucking killed everyone, right? So they fucking kill everyone, and then they pull up to the church, and basically, like, no one heard them, and the story goes a baby cried or like coughed or sneezed or something, and like they heard them and they just killed them all in this church. And this church now has like all their bones like in the wall, like in the French catacombs where they have the bones on the wall and stuff. Like all the bones of these people are like built into the fucking walls.
Which temple was this?
I forget. It's a church in Chios. It's a church in
That
Chios.
one cathedral where the guy also decorated all the bones of the townsfolk.
So what it sounds like is we have to go check it out for ourselves.
Yeah, it's sick. I'm pissed we didn't get to go visit it when we were there, but it's like really interesting. And there's also a cliff that's kind of, it's got local urban legend, but basically there was another cliff that people used to use when all these people came to raid, where they would just jump off. During that raid as well, the women and children that didn't want to be captured or killed were just jumping off this cliff. And it's called the Suicide Cliff. And people still, unfortunately, do go to this spot and, like, unfortunately end their lives there. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like it's got like that Japanese suicide forest effect on the area, where like that's just like the spot, you know.
Gotcha.
You mean that place where
It's sad.
Logan Paul.
And Logan Paul found the body.
Hey, now I can tag him.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Forest.
What?
Don't say.
He did an oopsie.
Yeah, he definitely did a fucking oopsie. Yeah.
Impulsive is still around.
He
WWEs.
You know he's actually criminal.
Yeah.
He prime hydration drinks.
Oh, that was the other one.
Dude, like, did you see those kids who were lining up to buy the pallets of the new Prime flavor?
Wait, there's a new flavor?
Apparently, and there was like all these kids who were just like lined up to buy pallets of it.
Dude, I was really tempted to just get like a handful of them from my fucking wife's kids and just be like, all right, go hustle these to the kids at your school and get some money. Well, because kids are doing that shit. They're fucking buying a bunch and with their parents' money and then hustling them and shit in their schools.
Dude, fuck silly bands. We're selling the Logan Paul drink. My kid's not selling eighths. He's selling your kid Logan Paul drinks. Fuck you.
Yeah, I remember doing shit like that.
I remember when it was the gel pens were the big ones for a while.
Gel pens, cigarettes, cigars.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, I was charging kids like $1 a silly band in elementary school. I was making bank.
Jesus. You whore.
Dude, I was pushing weight. What are you gonna do?
For silly bands telling at elementary school.
Yeah, we were a little bit past our prime for that.
That happened, I think, just. Although, you know, it would have been a good one. Going to college.
Furbies!
No, Dunkaroos.
Lipsy!
Dude, we gotta do a band soda or like a soda episode. You done soda yet?
We've done Coca-Cola.
Yo, we gotta do like a soda deep dive on like Mountain Dew flavors.
So lemon lime?
Nah, you don't know about that. You don't know about that. I haven't even gotten there yet.
Yo, did you see the fucking Apple naming one that got fucked up by the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, like all of them. Granny's squirting.
Gushing grannies.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah. All sorts of fucked up names from McDonald's, Taco Bell, sending people to different random fucking places for the internet for concerts.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift at the school for the
Justin Bieber to like the most
North Korea.
isolated.
North Korea.
Who was it? Who
No,
went
it
to the
was
most isolated fucking Walmart in the
It was
world?
Oh, it was Pitbull. They said Pitbull to the
And
Walmart.
he showed up.
Yeah, and he pulled up, and they were fucking hype. That's Mr. Worldwide, bro.
They tried to send Justin Bieber to North Korea, and then I think they tried to send them to Saudi Arabia.
There was that one guy who won that Taylor Swift thing.
Oh yeah, the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and then they didn't choose him. They said, "Fuck him. We don't want him."
Did he have like 12 like Taylor Swift tattoos or some shit?
I don't know, but like, he was like, "I just want to hang out with Taylor" or something. And it was mad funny.
You have like a dozen fucking Taylor Swift tattoos or some shit.
Yeah. There's somebody who also has like a dozen fucking Hannah Montana tattoos.
Oh yeah.
That guy's great. But yeah, we didn't cover a soda pop Mountain Dew in general, but we have covered Coca-Cola, which is like the OG of mainstay popular soda.
Yo, put me on for like a discontinued sodas episode.
Oh hell yeah, that sounds fun.
Got you penned in.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Bet. Sounds good. Sounds good.
7's at 7.
Yeah, we'll have you on the 7th at 7.
All right, bet.
It's real.
Nice.
That's a WrestleMania reference.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I remember we used to watch it. I'm just going, we're right fucking here, jackass.
Yep, we were little shits.
We're right fucking here.
Bro, I remember Just Shoot Me,
God, that fucking show.
The Drew Carey Show.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld wasn't as good.
Whose line is it anyway? It was fucking fire.
Wait, what do you mean Seinfeld wasn't as good?
I don't think Seinfeld was as good as The Drew Carey Show or Just Shoot Me. So, as the title suggests, Just Shoot Me.
No, I don't know if that's the right take there.
I don't think it's the wrong take either.
No,
Shoot Me was good. It wasn't like.
I don't know. I'm biased. I watched so much Seinfeld growing up.
Why did you watch it?
Why did I watch it?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It was just funny. It was just something about it. It was like, I don't know. It was like silly.
Did you know that they did a custom bass line for every episode?
Yeah. He had that cool fucking like MIDI piano, and he was like, and he would make a custom one for every episode.
Because it was supposed to flow with how the jokes go.
That, and there is a Superman somewhere, in some way, in some...
In every episode, yeah.
A lot of sitcoms do that. I think Chuck, the one with the fake psychic detective, I think had like a pineapple in every episode. Psych, yeah.
Chuck was a different thing entirely.
Yeah, but a lot of shows will have something like that. Yeah, have like a running thing in the background of every episode. And a lot of them also do, if the character's speaking a different language, it'll be like some sort of like just kind of polite message to people who speak other languages.
Correct.
Yeah.
Somehow we got off topic of Kios.
I don't know. We're stumbling. We're having fun.
I would never say that we're stumbling down.
Dude, we're definitely stumbling down. It's fire.
I would never say that we were stumbling. I didn't inadvertently miss 20 minutes of things. This isn't a potentially formerly known as lost episode.
Yeah, we didn't just, save that last minute there.
Cheers.
Hios. So running it back. Next, honestly, this was the shit that like really got me when I got there. Because they were talking about how like this is where Homer did a lot of his like philosophy and stuff in his writing.
Nice.
And we were staying like right next to Homer's Rock. And that's like some cool shit. That's like one of those things where like you read about it in the textbook growing up, and it's like, oh, that's like a cool like little monument they got over there. Where like he did the Iliad, Homer's Iliad, right? He did the Iliad there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he wrote that book. So that was really interesting to me because like that was like some shit you really learn about.
Right.
At least I did.
Right. Homer's Iliad.
Yeah, dude.
The Iliad, which Homer wrote.
The Homer.
The Iliad specifically meant for Homer. Right.
All I could think about the whole time was Homer Simpson. And I was just like, damn, this guy wrote this book just for me to think of him as like a fucking cartoon character.
Bro.
Yeah. You go through all that work just to be thought of as like some fucking idiot drunk from a
There,
cartoon.
in a lot of other countries, you wouldn't be thought of that as that. It was just
Yeah.
Homer, as in Homer.
They mushed our brains and now I think Homer's Homer.
Simpson, yes.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson.
He used to be smart,
I am evil. Homer.
and then he had a
I
crayon
am
to the
evil
brain.
Homer. Increased by killing power by 25%, you say?
Dude, fucking they have all right, so running it back to the food, bro.
Food,
I
yeah.
do like food.
I like food.
So-
I'm a fat person.
So Greece has this dish. It's called saganaki. And saganaki is basically just like a fried block of cheese with lemon drizzled on it. It's fucking crazy. And sometimes they put honey or like tzatziki on the side. And sometimes they sprinkle a little sesame seed or walnut. But I'm allergic to walnut, so I didn't get any of that shit. But
I can't do tzatziki because that one time I ate €1 at the carnival. Yeah,
This one time in band camp,
I ate €1 with the tzatziki sauce, and then we proceeded to the gravitron spinning thing like 3 times in a row, and I got sick.
oh, dude, you're missing out. That sucks,
Yeah, so tzatziki sauce makes me go nah.
dude. But fucking, they got so that's a very popular dish everywhere. And on Chios, they got this specific kind of cheese they make, and it's like a round drum of cheese. And instead of like deep frying it like the saganaki, they like grill it. And it's called mastello. And mastello is fucking crazy. And it's like the island like traditional recipe that gets like passed down and shit. Bro, that shit is nuts. It is like one of the best things I've ever put in my body, honestly. And then they got like lemon they drizzle on it, and in order to get it in America, you got to find a shop that gets the cheese because like it's a very specific kind of cheese they use to get the flavor in.
yeah. So Europe is very protective of all of their cheeses, effectively.
Yeah,
We just go to Wisconsin, not going back to our lost episode, and just get some cheese and call it the same thing.
I could.
I do like some
You can't.
Wisconsin cheese.
Wisconsin's got great cheese, but it's
Bro.
not cheese.
No, you do, you know.
But like
Idaho.
apparently to get the cheese local, bro, is a 2 month. There's like 2 months out of the year where they can get it, and every person who's from Chios who lives on Long Island goes to get the cheese from there. And that's another thing I'm going to touch on next is like there was actually a mass immigration from Chios to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, during and after World War II. We'll get there a little bit, but fuck, man, Mastello, man, that is a food that everyone in the world should get to try at some point in their life. It is crazy.
Better than sex.
I don't know about that one, but it's definitely better than most food.
Clearly, you haven't had insert sponsor here.
Blue Chew.
Insert sponsor here, not Blue Chew, unless maybe.
I mean, is that one that's
They're Viagra, but not.
Oh yeah.
It's like a chewable tablet. Yeah, I just hear about it on the Joey.
There's
Diaz
Cialis,
podcast
but
all the
not.
time.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to do them in like gummy form.
It is inchewable.
I meant like how they do like the gummy vitamin, like listen.
The Flintstones vitamin?
Yeah.
You want a fucking Flintstones vitamin this shit?
Well, this Flintstones gummy vitamins, but they're like a gummy bear. Yo, gummy bears are awesome. I love gummy bears.
Child.
So, fuck, Jesus. Yeah. So a lot of people actually after World War II and during World War II, if they could, if they could afford it, they started to actually move to Brooklyn. And that's something interesting that I think people kind of like don't think about is like it's not just like a lot of Italians and Irish that came over during World War II. It's a lot of Greeks that came over too, and they all got into like different industries. Like the Greeks, they got into like the cooking industry and the shipping industry, and yeah, a lot of people actually specifically from Chios because it was an island of opportunity. A lot of people had money there. They just fucking dipped. They bounced right after World War II.
So a lot of people moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah, and then a lot of people also moved out of Brooklyn and moved to Long Island or
Correct.
moved to like bordering New Jersey cities. There's actually, touching back on Naxos right quick, a large portion of people from Naxos migrated out to Canada.
Oh, sorry.
Blame
Yeah.
Canada. They're not even a real country anyway.
Fun fact.
But they migrated, I believe, to central Canada, and
Fucking
or
Canadians.
Montreal or Toronto. I forget what lady. The lady in the museum was telling me all about it. But you know, we stumbling.
Well, it's not Canada like French Canada.
So
French Canada is the best Canada around. Isn't that right?
So the most unique thing about Chios, and I think probably the most well-known thing about Chios, um, is mastica. I don't know if you've ever heard of mastica, but basically, it's like a it's like a sap that grows on their trees, and it only grows on Chios. You can't grow it anywhere else in the world. And a large reason that like people will pull up on Chios and like try to fuck them up and like take over the land is because they couldn't grow this tree. Like Japan and China actually would send pirates out to go and try and steal it, and they would get fucked up. And when they did successfully get plants, they were unable to replicate it. Like it just won't grow in other environments, so it only grows in Chios. And it's like this really cool local biology, and they put it in fucking everything, dog. They put it in like gum, candy, alcohol, lotion, fucking face creams, like sunburn shit. They got it in like spiced form, and basically it grows out of the tree like sap, right? And then it drips and falls onto like this powdery shit that they put on the dirt, and then they take like this little fucking like rack and like they fucking put it in the thing and they process it, and funny enough it looks like crack, like it winds up looking like little crack rocks, and then they put it in what I can only describe as like a giant cauldron on a stick, and like it like is on an angle and there's a giant pole that comes out of it, and like they twirl it and there's a flame below it that turns it into like a sap or syrup, and then they pull it through this machine, and that's how they turn it into like the taffy kind of thing, and that's how they like process it and use it. So
Called again?
mastica,
Well, what does it turn into?
it turns into mastic, like that's the material, but like they turn it into like a gum base first, and then they like fucking process it through there to turn it into other shit. The most popular thing to put it in is candy.
Interesting, because I know that like a lot of things use like say xanthan gum or like different variants of sugar. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, they put a little sugar in the gum and shit too. Like they add some ingredients, but the main ingredient is mastica. And like the only way I can describe the consistency of it on the tree was like it looked like as clear as hand sanitizer without like the air bubbles, but like it had the consistency of like dabs. Like when you put it on your fingers and how sticky it is, that's what it felt like, verbatim. Like you couldn't get it off your hand, and you can eat it off the
Pure
tree when it
sap.
hardens. Yeah, it's pure sap, and it's crystal clear. And it's like one of the craziest things you'll ever see. It's like the tree is basically like bleeding.
Mustic.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's a whole powder.
Intriguing.
Yeah, dude. It's the powder is actually not the mastic. That's the powder that they put down. So like it's like this clear liquid on the side of the tree. It's not even like liquid. It's like fucking hard. It's like really sticky.
Known as the tears of
I'm not going to
Cheers.
say that we can show you something hard, but
For the camera.
for
I
brevity,
think I can see it, but I think that's it. But like, yeah, dude, they gave me alcohol that tastes like it, and it's fucking crazy. It's basically like soju.
soju, the Korean alcohol.
Yeah, it's got like that strength and that flavor.
And it tastes like pine and cedar.
Interesting.
It kind of tastes like ginger a little bit. It's got like a gingery flavor, but the flavor is also so unique. It's hard to compare it to stuff.
Intriguing.
Yeah, but I would definitely recommend trying that at some point. Probably the liquor. Y'all would fuck with the liquor.
Liquor, you say? I feel like you have
Dude.
an interesting story about liquor for us.
Do I?
I don't know.
Given what you told me the other day.
Oh shit! Yeah. So another thing they rock with over there heavy is smoking, right? Everybody be smoking. Everybody smokes whatever. So they social smoke a lot too, and they got hookah there, and they don't call it that though. And basically, yeah, as long as you don't mind that we're like on a thing. All right, cool. Basically, fucking what is it? They don't call it hookah. They call it shisha. And I didn't know this. And I looked directly at this waitress and I was like hookah, and she thought I was asking for like hooker, and like I was being like an idiot American.
So did you get a hooker?
No, I absolutely did not get a hooker.
So, is it true what they say about Greek girls really like to eat in the booty?
Yeah, I didn't realize there was like different words and stuff. But also they do flights differently, like flights of alcohol. You know how like when you order a flight, it comes out and it's like the 3 drinks usually. So my fiance ordered a flight.
Flights of booty?
No, she got flights of gin, and she got like basically one big thing of gin, and like it like they just put 3 different cups of gin in it instead of just like 3 different gins that came out. It was mad funny.
I think he should have had 3 flights of booty.
Absolutely not.
They call me a booty warrior. I like you and I want you. Or we could do this the hard way. You see, they like to call you Chris Handsome. I like to call you Chris Handsome.
Dude, fucking what is it? You know what was crazy? The churches.
Not sponsored.
Dude, there was like a bunch of churches on Hios too that like they just kind of like left be, and basically they
Whoever's in the background, hello.
Hello.
it's Jen. So fucking basically they got churches from the Byzantine Empire still up.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
inside
That's
you could
old.
go, dude. Yeah, that shit's really old, and like it's like it's so crazy to see stuff that's like around. They like built around everything, and it's all like very well preserved, and like you can see like the story of the Old Testament like still like on the walls and stuff. And it's really interesting seeing all the stories and the interpretations in the different religions. And there's this one that we went to, and like it still had all the color in it, so you could see everything. Like you could see like the ships, and you could see like all like the different interpretations of like Jesus, and like all the different scenes and stuff. It was fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, it was nuts.
I don't think you got it.
Nah, it didn't land. My bad.
It's all good. You're high. younger than me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude.
know you. If you don't have like 18 grams, you're probably not high.
Damn.
He's got a
Dude,
pretty,
that's actually something really interesting over there. Dude, weed's super illegal in Greece.
yeah,
Is it legal? Wait,
Dude.
legal.
super illegal.
Super illegal. Yeah, super illegal.
Like no fly zone.
No
Dude, like, no, they don't fuck with it at all. It's kind of allegedly
And you
loosening
cut
up.
out.
Allegedly, it's loosening up. But,
plan.
oh, wait, is it still cutting out?
Hey, there you go. So you said
There we
super illegal, no fly zone.
Dude, it's like super illegal over there. Like, you have to have like a medical card, and it's like crazy to get the medical card. But like, if you're apparently like an American citizen and like you go to the embassy and talk to them, they'll give you one. But like, it's hard to get over there, and it's also expensive. But like, it's historically like illegal. Like, they don't fucking rock with it.
Intriguing. I'm pretty sure we covered on our marijuana episode that like the Middle East, which I know Greece is not technically, but like
No, it's close enough. It's weird. It's in like the Eastern Europe, Middle East area,
Yeah,
like right in the middle.
that, like
I call it the Mediterranean area.
yeah, I mean that's more or less what it is. That like wheat was basically just found there in the Mediterranean area.
Yeah.
I think it was originally initially cultivated in China.
Well, it depends on what it was used for. Because it was various strands of marijuana. If you call back to our marijuana episode.
Dude, and you know what's crazy? Back in ancient Greece, they used to use weed to fucking do like dead ceremonies. So like, people would die, and then they'd basically fucking smoke weed, and like they'd burn a bunch of like weed plants to like inhale the fumes, and like pretend to like, or I guess would have visions or hallucinations of talking to like the dead people during their like goodbye ceremonies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten that high, but I have definitely imagined myself in a cartoon.
I don't think I've ever gotten that high either.
I've never gotten that high.
Into a cartoon or seeing and talking to the dead?
Seeing and talking to the dead.
Yeah, I can tell you I've never been that high.
The first time
Yeah,
I
no.
got in the back of my older brother's van, which is crazy because I ain't got a sibling. No.
Nothing. Yeah, there he is.
No, dog. It's just so funny because like I'm like so ready to laugh at it, and then fucking the audio cuts out, and that's honestly even funny.
Hey, it kind of landed.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, but that shit's super illegal over there. But they fucking dude, the boozing and cruising laws. Yo, I want you to look up real quick on the thing, the DUI laws for Greece.
Oh god, that sounds like.
Dude, the DUI laws over there are like fucking crazy. They're like not really existent. The penalties.
All right, so in Greece, drivers are required to meet a specific blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, limit of 0.05 grams or 50 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood. Noncompliance with this standard can lead to penalties, including fines and legal or administrative action. What happens if you get a DUI? Blood alcohol content of just 0.05% is equivalent to 2 drinks, which will classify you as legally drunk, compared to 0.08 in the United States. If you're arrested drunk driving in Greece, you need to pay a fine, which can be hundreds of euros.
Dude, yeah. But you don't go to jail until like your third or fourth offense. They just keep like upping the fine on you.
Interesting.
Long Island's fucking crazy about DUIs.
Long Island's just Long Island.
Well, it was ever since that that one DA took over for a while. What's her name? Rice. Because she had a really bad DUI car crash in her case, and that made her like her whole shtick became getting rid of DUIs. Yeah, Got a whole fucking thing about it in high school. Assembly, that's the word.
Assembly. Yeah, we had very strict rules for the UCMJ, plus whatever state and county legislation you were under for local laws.
So, you would know this better than I, but is the NCIS goth chick real?
Yes. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes.
I can't believe she's gone from the show and it's still somehow fucking going. By the way, they've gotten like pretty much every lead actor except for I think the one guy, and it's still
Dude, I don't think I've seen a single episode of NCIS.
But he knows who we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. I saw them commercials as a kid. I think they would come on like right before WWE SmackDown or something.
The goth chick.
Yeah, every time I see these one of my favorite like ACAB memes. It says ACAB means the goth chick from NCIS too. I was like, holy shit, dude's firm.
That's fucking so fucking great.
You're all deplorables. I'm gonna put you in a little box of deplorables, and we're just gonna ship you aside, okay? Jesus.
Oh man.
Y'all need help. Y'all need help.
Desperately.
Yeah, yes, also.
That includes her. Surprise, cockfag. Do you know where that's from?
No.
Team America World Police. Surprise, cockfags. Just the delivery of the line. That's it.
Team America, Wolf Police. We'll eventually cover a Matt Stone and Trey Parker episode. Mostly just South Park.
Enough.
Yeah, mostly just South Park, but like there's Orgasmo and Basketball and Team America and a couple other movies that they've done, but mostly just that and the Book of Mormon.
Dude, I want to fucking go see the Book of Mormon.
I'll see it with you.
Dude, that'd be fucking lit.
Otherwise, I go.
It is not cheap.
Oh, there was a concert tonight I would have liked to have seen. It was Beck in Phoenix.
That would have been pretty good.
Yeah, it's in the garden, so it would have been expensive as fuck, so never mind.
Yeah.
Garden's fucking expensive.
I was gonna go see Acid Soldier tonight. Shout out Acid Soldier, but I did the podcast. I was like, fuck that. It's in Brooklyn.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Even
Even though we have stumbled more than once and potentially lost episode not.
You'd much rather bullshit with us for an hour and a half than drive out to Brooklyn. That's totally fucking understandable.
Yeah.
Driving
Nah, this shit tight.
to the city is just so fucking annoying. Especially especially Manhattan. Manhattan is such a pain.
Fuck
Dude,
that.
I always just take the train. I just train it.
You don't drive in Manhattan. You stand in Manhattan. Okay?
Dude, but like, I don't know. I don't think I'm taking. All right, so, dude, every time I go has been like to go to Brooklyn Mirage, and like, dude, the last time we went, I'm like, I don't know. You're usually leaving there all fucked up, you know. So like, you got all these dudes flashing like the Uber thing in your face, and like they were like preying on motherfuckers, bro. Like there was like this one girl who was standing there, and there were like three guys around her, like holding like the Uber thing in her face, and she's like, bro, Brooklyn and like over there, I don't know. I think I'm just driving from now on because like there's too much sketchy shit on like your way places, you know.
So we went to Flushing the other day, and we stopped at basically just where you get off for the LIRR,
Mm-hmm.
and we drove there. Which I think we could have gotten away with the LIRR, but like,
Yeah.
understandably, sometimes you just have time requirements. What was
Mhm.
that?
How much was the parking compared to like the $20 would have been for the ticket at the time?
$16.
Yeah.
For like 3 hours.
So compared to that, where like it would have been like the 3 roundway tickets, which would have been at least $20 and stuff. Yeah, it's alright.
Bro, it's so expensive to take the train now.
How expensive is it?
Train is too damn high.
Dude, I referenced that unironically at work for some reason, and nobody fucking got the joke. I was like, the rent is too damn high, and nobody fucking got the bit. I was so pissed off. Fucking children at work, man.
Dude, it's so expensive to get on the fucking. I think it's like what was $24 round trip now to get to Penn Station from Babylon, or it's like $20 off peak or some shit. Fuck that. I remember when it was like 16.
The trick is you only gotta go like part way into Jamaica and then and then fucking subway it in.
Yeah.
It's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's
That's if you're actually going into like the real city. If you're just stopping at like Flushing, it's on the way to Jamaica.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But
What is it, like $5?
I'm going to MSG on Wednesday, and all I can think about is like, damn, it's basically a parking ticket without a parking ticket.
Wait,
I'm
what do you
aware
see
of
in
it.
the garden?
Yeah.
What do you see in the garden?
Oh, I'm going to grade A.
Probably something Greek.
No.
Which is what we were
Fuck.
talking about.
Actually, you know what? That's fucking crazy. Suicide Boys are I'm going to see Suicide Boys, but they are Greek.
Huh.
Dude, they got two songs.
The episode we're in, the Greek episode.
Dude, yeah, it always comes back.
All roads lead to Rome.
Time is
Dude, no, all roads lead to Greece. I think they argue over Thessaloniki. I think that's how you pronounce it. Up there, they like people from that area beef with people from Athens. I think is like what I was picking up on.
Never actually looked at the Spartans.
Yeah.
They weren't the best.
No,
They got fucked up a lot.
they did. However, they made a movie about them, so they're cool.
They talked a big fucking game though.
Dude, Sparta's a fucking crazy movie.
Wait, you
Sparta
mean
was
beat
a
the
big
Spartans? You mean 300?
Dude, I don't. Is that the movie you were talking about? I could barely
300?
fucking hear you.
Yeah,
What?
No, I was just saying that Sparta itself, like, if you actually look into their history, they really just kind of actually sucked overall.
They lost some
Dude.
fights.
They were mid.
They get a lot of hype because, like,
The movie 300.
but they were
Yeah.
they were mid.
They were definitely mid.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you put them into a fight individually with the armor and shield, they're kind of tough because it's hard to get around that shield. But
Yeah.
like, all told, as an overall military force, they lost more important battles than they won. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they overall were not very good, and they kind of got bodied by Rome a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Got
It
fucked
just
by a bunch of people.
Rome fumbled the bag anyway.
In dark eyeshadow and fishnets.
300 referencing right now.
No, I'm making a reference to the Goths because Rome got sacked by the Goths.
Oh.
Get it? Dark eyeliner and fishnets. Goth. No? Alright, whatever.
I thought we were talking about Xerxes from 300, and how he had the dark eyeliner, and how like he had some fucking nipple tassels and shit.
No, you're not scissoring me, Timber Xerxes.
Oh yeah, scissor me, timber Xerxes. I think I broke it.
Fucking Lesbos episodes. I'm a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian.
So
Go to curves too. Oh, that's right. I just love curves. It's
so
Miss Garrison.
Lesbos.
one of the probably like the last thing I got in terms of like big history thing that was like stand out to me is like
Oh, this is a
Back-
history podcast. I'm sorry.
was this dude, and fuck, his name's gone now.
I'm sorry.
And I broke
But-
him too.
You broke me. Basically, it was this homie, and he and his boy there was a painting. It was him getting arrested by the dictator of Greece in front of his mother with the Parthenon in the background, and he fucking climbed the top of this mountain with his boy at night, and it was during World War II, and the Nazi flag was flying over Greece, and they took down the fucking Nazi flag and flew the Greek flag overnight, and no one found out. And in the morning, the Greek people saw it. He became like a great icon. Like people fucking followed him and shit. His brother got killed in political violence. So like after he got out of jail, he pulled up and he built a library in his name and shit in Athens. And then that motherfucker was basically going to protest and being politically active until he was dead. He died in 2020 at 98. And he got elected to some EU board at the age of like 94. So motherfuckers think we got old politicians, bro. He was 94 getting it elected and shit. That's crazy.
I mean, we still have like old politicians.
We're still.
Oh, bro, they're ancient.
Yeah,
but like, bro, 94 is fucking crazy.
I'll give you that. 94 is crazy, but like,
yeah, but
we still have old people.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we do got old people, but 94 is fucking crazy. I don't think we got nobody that's 94, right?
Yeah, but a European 94 is like an American 78.
That's true. He's got like half the chemicals in him, and there's no corn syrup.
Not with that attitude.
And considering what, how old's Mitch right now? And
Mitch McConnell and Pelosi.
No, not Pelosi. The other one.
Biden.
No, the other one that can't legally make decisions for themselves anymore because of how bad health they're in.
She's oh god, what is her name?
Nancy Pelosi.
No.
No, not Nancy Pelosi.
She's another agent.
She's out anyway. She's retired. No, this one's still active.
She's another elder god.
Oh, fuck, what the fuck is her name?
I know who you're talking about, though. It's the lady that can't make decisions for herself anymore, right?
Stroked out too, and she's like, she was missed like 80% of the fucking Congress this session. What the fuck? I think it begins with a D. God damn it! What the fuck is her name? Whatever. Yeah, her and fucking
Diane Keaton. Duh.
Feinstein. Diana Feinstein. There it is.
Yeah, Feinstein, bro. Bro, can't legally make decisions for herself anymore.
And then you got fucking Mitch McConnell literally just like having a fucking glitch in the Matrix.
Dude, Mitch McConnell literally going full turtle on TV and letting the edible hit him is crazy.
Mitch, are you still there, Mitch? Are you still there?
Mitch, are you there? Demonetized.
We never were.
Hey, Jim,
if you believe anything that Trevor Moore said.
Yeah, but that guy was a hero, and he advocated for
Trevor
like
Moore.
greater wages and greater education in Greece, and then he died from COVID. So.
What, Trevor Moore? No, he died falling out of his balcony trying to.
No, not Trevor Moore, the motherfucker from Greece.
Oh.
King Kamehameha.
Woo, stumble in there.
Yeah.
But yeah. King Kamehameha from Greece decided he wanted to die to COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically said, fuck it, I'm out.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to talk to us about Naxos Chios? Chios?
Greeks in general.
That's all the shit I know. I ain't an expert, but I'm an observer, and I thought that shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, well, I think we have to talk about the fact that they swapped in a nice 442 into their little Chevy. It got them some fantastic power for that drag race that they had in that dried out basin. Olivia Newton-John, she's a babe, or at least she was. She's kind of old now. John Travolta, I don't know whose dick you sucked, but stop aging.
It's Scientology, man.
Yeah. Just go away. I don't remember Pinky, but she was like 80 when she was a high schooler in that movie. Grease is the word.
It's got feeling.
It does have roof. It does have feeling.
It's got cheese.
Did she tell you to stop? Did she put up a fight? Grease is the word. Grease is the word. 1978, different timeline. Okay, 1970s, different timeline. We're in a new America, a better America, potentially, depending on who you ask. Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's a different America. Yeah. Greece, though. That's what we're talking about. You have anything else to close us out, bud?
Dude, I think that's it. Play me out, Johnny.
We don't have a way to play you out, Johnny, but do you have anything you want to plug? Like you have
Anything I want to plug?
Yeah.
Anything I want to plug? Shout out Rip and Ship. Shout out. Shout out the artist I said earlier, Acid Soldier. Shout out Acid Soldier. And shout out Jackson podcast. Jackson and his brother podcast, Stumbling Down History Road. This shit hard.
Kind of sponsored by ourselves. So
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You were a blast. I would love to have you on again.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, we got to talk about those discontinued bevs next.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'll talk about some Crystal Pepsi.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Good night.
And good fight.